Alright, so here are all of the answers from the review packet that I gave. So for k of 4c, anywhere I see an x, I'm going to put 4c. So 4c squared plus 2 times 4c minus 4. Well, that turns out to be 16c squared, because 4 times 4 is 16. And we still have the c squared, plus 2 times 4c is 8c minus 4. And that's how we did problem number 1. For problem number 2, we want f of m plus 2 if f of x equals m plus 2, got ahead of myself, x squared minus x plus 3. So we got m plus 2 squared minus m plus 2 plus 3. For m plus 2 squared, we need m plus 2 times m plus 2, which we do the way we normally multiply these together. And we got m squared plus 2m plus 2m plus 4. So this first part is m squared plus 4m, because 2m plus 2m is 4m, plus 4. I'm going to distribute this negative. So we got 9m negative minus 2 plus 3. So m squared, those two combine to be 3m. So m squared plus 3m, and then we combine the 4 and the minus 2 and the 3, and so that makes 5. So this m squared, for some reason I'm not writing that good, plus 3m plus 5. Alright, for this next problem we have actually 6 problems. The first one, we're trying to add these two together, so we're going to take x squared plus 4x, so this is f plus g, plus x minus 2. So the x squared doesn't combine with anything. The 4x plus the x turns out to be 5x minus 2. If we subtract, we have x squared plus 4x minus x minus 2. It's always a good idea to distribute this negative sign so you don't make an easy mistake. So we have x squared plus 4x minus x plus 2. Those in the middle are x squared plus 3x plus 2. In letter C, we're just looking to multiply them. So that's f times g of x. So we got x squared plus 4x times x minus 2. Multiply. X times x is x cubed minus 2x squared plus 4x squared minus 8x. And so we got x cubed, there should be in the squared there, minus 2x squared plus 4x squared turns out to be plus 2x squared minus 8x. And for letter D, when we do f divided by g of x, we're just going to put x squared plus 4x over x minus 2, and I'm going to put a domain on here that x cannot be equal to 2, because if x is equal to 2, then the bottom is equal to 0. So normally I say x minus 2 can't be equal to 0. Then I add 2 to both sides, and x cannot be equal to 2. Alright, so for this next problem we have f of g of x. So I'm going to take g and I'm going to put it in here anywhere that I see an x. So we got x minus 2 squared plus 4 times x minus 2. When I multiply x minus 2 squared out, which is x minus 2 times x minus 2, we do it the same way we did in the other problem where we multiplied. We're going to wind up with x squared minus 4x plus 4. Distribute the 4 and we get 4x minus 8. The x squared stays as an x squared. Negative 4x plus 4x cancel. 4 minus 8 is negative 4. When I wanted to do the opposite way in letter F, I'm going to take x squared plus 4x and put it in there for x. So we got x squared plus 4x instead of the x minus 2. Now since nothing can combine, I just got rid of the parentheses, and there's my answer. In problem number 4a, we have the square root of x minus 16, and we're looking for the domain, and we know we can't take the square root of a negative number, so x minus 16 has to be greater than or equal to 0. I add 16 to both sides, and I got x is greater than or equal to 16. And then I got g of x equals 4 over x minus 4. In this case, we have a division problem, which means I'm going to take the x minus 4, and I know that the bottom of a fraction, or when I divide, I can't divide by 0. Add 4 to both sides, and x cannot be equal to 4. And that's the answer for 4b. For problem number 5, when it asks for the 0, you take your function and you set it equal to 0. So I add 3 to both sides. 2x is equal to 3. Divide by 2. And x is equal to 3/2. In problem number 6, they want everything in slope-intercept form, so we got y equals mx plus b. In problem number 6a, where they give you the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is negative 3, you can just put those numbers right into the equation. Y equals 2x minus 3. In part B, they told you the slope is equal to 1/2, and they tell you that you have a point at negative 5, 2. So because they gave you the slope, we know y equals negative 1/2 x plus b. We still need to find out what b is. So in order to do that, I'm going to plug this in for x and y. 2 equals negative 1/2 times 5, negative 5, plus b. 2 equals 2.5 plus b. I'm sorry, I don't know why I have one negative there. So this should have been negative 2.5 plus b. And when I add 2.5, I get 4.5 equals b. Now because this is a fraction, I need to either turn one into either both into fractions or both into decimals. So 4.5 is a fraction is 9 halves, or 1/2 is 0.5. Normally I prefer this answer because we normally like to work with fractions when dealing with lines. The final problem is we got 2 points, so I'm going to make the slope 5 minus 2, because the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And here's x1 and y1. Here's x2 and y2. So 5 minus 2 over 2 minus negative 4 is 3 over 6, which is 1 over 2. So in my y equals mx plus b slope-intercept form, I got y equals 1/2 x plus b. Plug in either point. I'm going to plug in the first one. And we have that. We have 2 equals negative 2 plus b. Add the 2 to the other side. And we have 4 equals b. So my equation is y equals 1/2 x plus 4. And those were the review problems. If you have any questions, remember you can always ask.